Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to this week's reading of what are your special gifts and abilities and how you can awaken to them, okay? So I have gotten some oracle cards and these are some words of encouragement in case and whenever you're in self-doubt or you compare yourself to others, okay? So you can choose your pile and I will be doing your tarot and astrology cards during the reading itself, okay? So this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3 and pile 4. Whenever you're ready, choose with your intuition and you can select the timestamps which are in the description box and the comment below. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. This week's reading is about finding out about your abilities and skills, some of which you have awakened to, some of which you have not. These oracle cards are some affirmations which will help you out in times of self-doubt, but we will take a look at them later. First, let's do your tarot. The first card we have is the Moon. We have the Strength. Nine of Swords. Six of Wands. And the Four of Swords. Okay. Yes. Oh, and we have some astrology cards as well. I forgot about those. We have the Ascendant, which rules your social personality, first impression, and public mask. And we have the Sun, which rules the ego, stamina, father figure, and consciousness. Okay. Okay, so first thing, I'm actually sitting in a different position, so I have to kind of check how things look on camera, so it's a little bit slow. Anyway, the Moon and the Strength. You have no idea how strong you really are. Okay. You have been through some tough times. It has not been easy, but the thing is, you've survived. You've gotten through it, you have broken out of it, and you have come out victorious, okay? So it is not easy to go through what you have gone through. Now, what you have gone through is different for everyone, but there's some sort of anxiety and depression. Sometimes you can't sleep properly, you overthink things, your family issues or your identity issues, things like that. Because we have the Sun here, identity is a thing, but you are able to come out victorious, and more than that, you're able to put on a face of I'm fine, don't worry about it, okay, I'm just fine, and you seem fine, okay? So you're able to kind of take it in you, and you don't want to inflict that on other people, okay? You want them to be kind of oblivious to pain while you kind of suffer inside a little bit, okay? But that has made you really, really strong from within. The same issues that were present in your life a year ago do not affect you that much now, okay? Because you have learned from them and you have grown from them, and you've simply become much more aware and strong of your own capabilities to thrive under pressure. You have a sociable personality, you are humorous and you are understanding, you're very loving and sweet, so like people are able to come to you and just be with you and just speak their mind, kind of, okay? That's with the Six of Wands and the social personality. So you're really fun. So it's kind of like whatever is happening within you or in your private self, you're not really revealing that to the entire world. So there's like an ocean of you. There are so many things within you that are not yet discovered on the surface. Because you've been through so much, it makes you really intuitive as well. You have a strong foresight due to your experience, and you can get a glimpse of what others are feeling or what others are doing. So whenever they are in times of crisis, you're easily able to kind of relate that, oh yeah, I've been there and I understand how you feel, and you really understand how they feel because you've actually been there. Okay, so you're very conscious of your capabilities, you're conscious of how others are, and you understand very well the importance of having some optimism in life. Okay, so even though you did not have that while you were going through your troubles, you want to be there for others because you know exactly what pain they're going through. Okay, so what you do not know yet is that you have many hidden layers of your intuitive character. You can tap into many different emotions, even the ones you have not experienced personally, because grief comes in different forms and you can understand each and every form of it across the spectrum. Okay, you might feel that, well, I've not been through it, so I don't know as exactly how you feel. But the thing is, you know exactly how they feel and you know what to say. Okay, throughout this process, as you've been through all these troubles, you have also learned how to heal yourself, even if it is on a surface layer, like just going to sleep or having some tea or taking some meditative methods, some prayers, whatever your method has been. You have developed many ways of coping with stress and pressure so as not to be crushed by it, right? It is still, obviously, it does not take away that it was tough, but you have thrived and you have come out only stronger and more capable of helping yourself and other people. Okay? Let's see. You can very easily have psychic abilities. I keep repeating that, but yeah, it's really coming strong. The whole life that you have lived, or at least the part that is showing up here, is so strong that you have coped, you have grown, you have come out, and you have transformed so much. Okay, you've grown so much from everything. Let me see what else I'm getting. Okay, give me a moment. You could be a Leo. It can be your ascendant or your sun sign. You could also, well, you have a strong impact of Scorpio, I feel. Because you're able to see the depths, you're able to see the things that are not said. Okay, the more underneath the water, it's like the iceberg. Okay, you can only see the tip, but that is just 25% of the whole iceberg, right? 75% is under the water, and you're able to see that 75%. So when someone says they're fine, you know exactly how much they're not fine, you know, that kind of way. So you're able to see the things that are not revealed, basically. So you have a strong Scorpio influence. I don't know if that is part of your chart or not, but it is definitely prevalent in the part of life that I'm seeing. Okay, let's move on. We have the Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, okay, and the Two of Swords. And for your astrological cards, we have the 8th house, we have 11th house, okay, friends, family, hopes, wishes, transformations. We have Aries and Scorpio. Great. Yeah, so Scorpio is native in 8th house, and yeah, okay, step by step. How this is for how can you grow more deeply into your abilities, okay? You're protective about your family. Many of you are very protective of your family. You take on the more nurturing and the motherly role because you've experienced some losses in that sector. This was a very random thing that came through, but it could resonate for some of you. So you've kind of taken on the role of being a mother, even if you're not necessarily a mother, okay? You have seen the importance of having family ties and having a strong foundation of your roots. Where do you come from? What is your family history? What are your traditions? What are your values? And things like that. You see how that is important for you in your life. And even if not the traditional aspect of it, just in your basic interactions, the way you speak to one another, the way you dress, how you feel around one another, all of this comes from a place of culture and tradition, right? So that is very important for you, and you need to keep it going, okay? And if you're paying attention to only your individualistic point of view, then you have to shift your focus towards paying more close attention to your family as well, because you come from a certain background and you cannot discard that background. It affects how you become, right? So your family has to be strong. You need to feel peaceful and grounded. You need to exercise a lot of self-care. So you kind of have to mother yourself first, okay? You can't take care of everyone else unless you first take care of yourself. That's rule 1, right? Then with the Seven of Swords, it's like, because you can see more than is said, you're also able to sense when someone is lying or cheating or trying to be a little bit sly and get past you. Okay, you can see exactly what they're doing. So keep doing that, first of all. And the second thing is strategize. That's what I'm getting, but you can make do with everything that is at your disposal, okay? Any resource that is present, you can do something with it, depending on what you want to achieve. That was again a random thing. What else am I getting? There are some tough choices to be made, okay? So, there are some tough choices which you're battling about. I don't know if this is something for your family, for your job, for your anything, just your overall stability, your self-stability and abundance. You have to make some choices and decisions, and you don't really know where either decision will take you, because in each case there is something to lose and there is something to gain, okay? But you're needing to choose with your intuition, and that's why it's important for you to remain grounded and as grounded as you possibly can. Okay, if this means going out into nature, then go do that. If it is meditation, go do that. If it is going to your family home or childhood home, whatever the case is, go ahead and do that, and ask this question of how can I move forward with my hopes and wishes, because you're not here to survive only for others. You also have to take care of yourself. So you kind of have to keep that balance over there. You cannot sacrifice yourself, because if you do, then you cannot take care of other people. Okay, it's a very fine line that you're treading on, and it makes sense why the Two of Swords is here, right? But you have to make a choice, and to make this choice you have to use your intuition, which you have in abundance, okay? Use everything at your disposal, and remember that all the steps that you take, the universe is watching, and the universe is going to pave the way for you, okay? There is a transformation of yourself, basically, your hopes and your desires, your movement. There's big transformation. One is taking action, one is staying stubborn in the approach, okay? So for example, I vow to follow my dreams no matter what, okay? That is a fixed thing. And the following part is cardinal, okay? So that is more action oriented. What can I do? And on top of that, Aries is very, they're very like, okay, this is I am, okay? They're very root oriented. And who are you? That is a big question for you, Okay, and the idea of who you are has been transforming across time. Okay, in the recent past, I feel it has transformed a lot more because of, well, everything that is happening around, and accordingly your dreams that you once had of 1 year ahead of now versus what you wish for right now is very different. So the dreams have changed, your desires have changed, your priorities have changed and shifted, and there's just overall a theme of transformation for you. Okay, you're very transformative, and I feel you're not afraid of change anymore. Obviously, to take a decision proactively, you still have to think, and because of everything that has happened in the past, you're careful to choose, which leads to a little bit more confusion because you're sometimes a little bit too careful, right? You don't want to make any mistakes, you don't want to take any wrong step, right? And that's a good thing to a limit. Just a second, I feel I want to read the Seven of Swords. Take only what is needed. Be grateful for the resources you have. So the affirmation here is, I act from a place of love and morality, and the universe witnesses my honest intentions. Okay. So you have to be really, really honest about who you are, what you want, what is really important for you. And yeah, it's still shifting, it is still paving, it is not yet set, but of course you have to take action with it. You have to walk the path in order for the rest to be revealed, right? Before you start walking, you can't expect everything dot to dot to be available to you. That's not how things work, right? So the longer you stay stuck in a certain dilemma, the further you're postponing your abundance and your security, right? Because things are changing, things will keep changing, but as long as you flow with it, you can manage. Okay, you can get through it, you can get everything, you can achieve everything that you've wanted to achieve. Let's see how you can share this gift of yours. It's really beautiful because you're very dependable for other people, but right now you're kind of taking a few steps backward to figure yourself out, and eventually this will lead to you being able to help even more people. So that's gorgeous. Let's see how you can bring it into other people's vicinity. We have Taurus, which is a fixed sign. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah. And we have the Moon, which is our emotions, instinct, unconsciousness, and the mother figure. It's a lot of mothering. You do a lot of mothering. Very caring, very giving, very nurturing, and you're in tune with your emotions. You understand other people's emotions. Basically the same things that I said over there, and both of you have 2 moon cards over here. Okay, so you want to basically providing stability for others. You provide support for others. So the dependable feeling that I was getting, that's basically what you can do to share your gifts. Okay, you can share your experiences, perhaps you can give your own advice, your personal stories. You never know who it might help. Okay, even if you help one person in your lifetime, that's really wonderful. We have the Queen of Cups. Yes, connect with your emotions. You have a lot of support, you have a lot of higher guidance all the time, so you never need to worry that you are alone in this. Okay, 8 of Pentacles. It's about mastering a skill. So the things that I'm telling you here, the skills that you have, it's kind of through the process of everything that is happening in your life. It is naturally happening that you're perfecting yourself. You're learning. The more you learn about yourself, the more you can guide others, right? The more you find yourself, the more you can help others find themselves. So that's the thing. This is your own journey as well, where through these pains, through these aches and hurts and hopes and dreams and everything else that has happened in your life, be it good, bad, low, high, whatever it is, you have learned from it. Okay, there were very necessary and pivotal points in your life which have brought you to this point of who am I and how can I become my best self. Okay, so how you can find your way every time is to connect with your intuition, contribute, give to the world. I don't know what that means for you. You can choose to write, you can choose to just speak, you can choose to I don't know, have a club, join an organization, create an organization, videos, audios, podcasts, anything at all that is real to you, which makes you feel comfortable, where you find a space for your self-expression. It is going to help you develop even yourself and kind of get everything that you know out there. Okay, because once you get it out there, you have more space for more knowledge, more information, and more growth, because the more you share, the more you get. Right? And we have the High Priestess. Wow, okay, so you definitely have some psychic abilities, right? This can be all the clairs, so clairvoyance, cognizance, sentience, and yeah, all the 5 senses, basically clairaudience. Yeah, and the smell thing, I don't really know what that is called. But either way, oh, there is a moon over here as well. Crazy! So you have a lot of psychic abilities, a very strong intuition, wonderful foresight. You can see the unknown, and you're able to see both sides of something, okay, because you've been on both sides. So you're being called here to bring this higher knowledge and this higher wisdom that you get from above into this world, because both these cards are kind of looking up, having their eyes closed, and gathering information, getting information from the higher source, while the 8 of Pentacles is putting it to work. Okay, doing something with it. And Taurus here is also the earth sign, so that is about making it tangible. It is making it show in the way you dress, the way you walk, the things that you own, the things that you buy, self-respect and value of things, and just everything solid. A lot of females here, so your feminine side, that is the feminine side of you, it's very, very pronounced. So you're very nurturing, very intuitive. I keep repeating that, but that just keeps coming. It's like if you've been trying to ignore that about yourself, then, well, in this reading you can't. Kind of that way. Okay, let's move on. How can you align with your authenticity right now? We have Virgo, which is mutable. And Sagittarius, which is also mutable. So both mutable signs, it's kind of like see clearly. Things are changing, flow with them, see both sides. And we have earth and fire again in both cases, yeah. So earth and fire. Sometimes you tend to be a little bit, well, perfectionistic, or it kind of have to have a lot of information before you take a step, because like I was saying, you don't want to take a wrong step, right? But at the same time, you kind of have to maintain this a little bit of optimism there, a little bit of fire that gives you the push to follow your dreams, okay? So to align with your authenticity, you need to balance these 2 elements, where you are practical and grounded, and you make sure that you do the right thing at the right time, but at the same time you have this passion in you and the optimism, the energy in you to just go for it, okay? The right amount of spontaneity and the right amount of careful, okay? You need to maintain that balance. And you know what, the thing is, anything that is happening right now and everything that you are going through is getting you to that point. This is the most organic development pile I've ever seen, okay? So your life has been set in a way that you get to this point, okay? So you will become authentic with yourself, as long as you're willing to be that. Okay, so how you can be it is by balancing your more careful and slower, deliberate side with a fiery passion to just go, learn, enjoy, just, laugh easily and things like that. Okay, then your tarot, we have Eight of Swords. Okay, Eight of Swords, King of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so you have to leave some things behind. So like I was feeling with the Two of Swords, that you are hesitant to move in one particular direction because that means losing something from one side, right? Well, some things need to fall away. You can't help it, and that's completely fine. It's not supposed to be in your life forever. So some habits, some thought patterns, some belief systems, some people, some places, some possessions, anything, okay, some trinket, for example, in your house which reminds you of a time that is not good for you, just remove that. It's fine, it's completely gone. If the time is not existent anymore, you don't need those possessions which remind you of a more negative time. Okay, that was just an example, but yeah, there are some things that need to be removed, and you will be willing to remove throughout this process. At some point, you will want to let go of these things and walk towards something more abundant. But right now, it's like you don't want to see your own power, okay? It's like even if you're really, really hardy and strong, you kind of lack the confidence in yourself, okay? That's why you're not able to see yourself clearly. You feel that when you are intuitive and caring and nice to others, you're not strong, but that's completely wrong. Right? When you're able to help others, you're absolutely strong in yourself, okay? You're capable of other people leaning on you, and you know for sure that you can help them, and that is a really strong quality. You don't have to be butch and macho and just like, okay, let's break stuff for you to be strong, okay? So that's what it is saying with the Eight of Swords and the King of Wands. It's that you're not able to own your own power and your own confidence. The strength that you have, which allows you to shine and be fiery, you're not willing to own that yet. So you need to open your eyes and see clearly. We have Two of Swords, Eight of Swords. Both of them have the eyes closed. It's like you don't want to see, kind of. Okay. And in some cases, you're not able to see because you're kind of... Again, you have that little bit of a block there where you don't want to recognize, or you cannot recognize. You every time you move towards, oh yeah, I am confident, you have that little bit of a doubt where, am I really? Yes, but that shook my confidence. Yes, but that happened at that time, which created this feeling of lack where I cannot move. And many times when things are fine, they're fine, but when you feel stuck, you feel really stuck because of this lack of confidence. But the thing is, you have to move, you have to open your eyes, because I'm telling you, you're really, really strong, and nothing I've seen here is a sign of weakness, okay? So just own your own willpower, your own confidence, and basically take ownership of the steps you take from now onwards, okay? Everything can be intentional, because every step that you're taking, the universe is watching, okay? And it will provide you with more people, more resources, more things that are going to support you in your forward intention. So the Eight of Cups, you see there's a sun over there. She knows that she does not know what is beyond the horizon, okay? But all she knows is that she has to leave it behind, and everything that is beyond this has to be better, right? So this can be leaving behind your lack of confidence, leaving behind all the people who made you feel smaller than you are, all the fake friends, toxic relationships, whatever the case is for you. Leave that behind, because there's so much abundance here. The sun over here is shining from her, so you will step into your abundance. The King of Wands is all about self-assurity. He knows what he is. Okay, he has that. Now, because you have so much of a feminine aspect to your thing, this is why you're not really sure if you have enough to kind of stand up for yourself. So that is what you have to work on. Yeah, you have to work on balancing yourself. It is the masculine and the feminine, yin and the yang, the fire, the water, the earth, the air. All of these elements must coexist in a harmonious balance, and that is where you're heading. So you don't need to worry about that. Just be willing when the time comes, okay? Finally, let's move on to your affirmations. I feel like I was channeling for quite a bit there. Okay. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Ooh, okay. So emotions are a very good guidance, actually. So however you're feeling, pay attention to that. Okay, because that is pushing you towards this transformation, and that's why it seems so organic. That's very nice to know. Yes, so give yourself the permission. I know you don't hide it, but because you tend to put on a mask when there are other people around, you don't want to show your sorrow or anything. You need a little bit more time of healing, a little bit more time of rest. So take that time, and during that time, become very conscious of how you're feeling and what you're going through at that moment. Remember your triggers, what created them, how did you feel at that particular moment that someone said something or someone did something, or how has your life changed after meeting someone or something, or starting some other venture, things like that. Okay, you have to pay close attention to how you're feeling, because that is a very wonderful compass for you to realize yourself. Okay, you can let go of many more things once you acknowledge these things. So when you're feeling closed off to your confidence, you have to remember when and what moments made you feel this lack of confidence. At what point did you first shake in your confidence? And you have to go back to that time. You have to remember it, you have to feel it, give it the respect, the mourning process, and allow it to be released from your life. Everything cannot exist all the time, okay? Everything has to change. And there are some residual things that are following you around, which are your shadow, which do not need to be there at the moment. Okay, so you need to let go of those with the Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords, and yeah, just try and work on that. And there is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Of course not. Okay, you're gorgeous the way you are, and you need to realize that. Okay, there's nothing better. There is a whole load of people trying to be fake all the time. We don't need more of that. We need more authenticity. So however you are, step into that. You don't need to be something else. You don't need to be someone else. You just need to be you. So work on you and be you. That's all there is. So these two cards you can call to mind whenever you feel like you're comparing yourself with someone, or whenever you're feeling doubtful about yourself. Whenever you feel, oh, I don't know if I can figure this out. You can figure it out. You definitely can. You will not get anything that is beyond your capacity. Okay, so respect that you have the strength, acknowledge that you have the strength, and just go forward with it. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the numbers that are available to us. We have a lot of 8s already, 8, 8, and 8, and another 8, another 8. Wow, that's a lot of 8s. So 8s are master numbers. They are generally financial numbers, and that is like in all areas of life. So it's not just monetarily rich. It is also about your spiritual richness, your material abundance, your emotional abundance, and things like that, okay? So if you are trying to manifest something, you need to focus on what you have or what is abundant already in your life. And that will then create a vibration where you're very positive and it attracts more and more positivity into your life, okay? So focus on the positivity and it will help you identify more things that are not in sync with that. And you can remove the clutter and hence have a wonderful positive aura that attracts more and more abundance, okay? And your spiritual connection to everything is bringing you material and spiritual wealth and abundance. So you don't need to be worried at all. You're absolutely blessed and you need to acknowledge it. All the gifts, all the powers that you are given, everything that you are is for a reason, it's for a purpose, and you need to live up to it by first acknowledging it yourself, okay? Now we have a lot of nines as well. We have 9 of Swords, the Moon, and 9 of Cups. So the nines are very humanitarian, okay? Again, it is more about focus on the positive thoughts. And this is more of a giving, generous number, okay? You are a giver. And there, all the outcomes, all the wonderful outcomes that you're waiting for, they are right there, okay? The conclusion is almost there. And you need to simply open your eyes, okay? You need to listen to your inner voice. You have to find yourself. You have to connect with your soul, your spirit. And this number is always a calling from the universe itself that you need to listen. You really need to listen. You have to help others, and for this you have lived a lot of pain. You have gone through a lot, but it is all for a good cause, okay? So bring that to the forefront of your mind and take steps accordingly. We have 2 and 2, which is okay. So let me see what that means. Is there anything else? So 2s are about like receiving higher wisdom and like calling off inner divinity, taking this information out into humanity and then living with peace and harmony by aligning yourself with your destiny. Now, because it is not repeated so much, it is not a very urgent thing. It is something that is a byproduct of everything that you're going through. So the more times you see a number being repeated, the more urgent that message is, okay? And it's also a sign from the source, seeing 2s, that you must keep trusting your spirit guides, and you need to trust your own inner guide, okay? Because first and foremost, you're the one who paves the way, you're the one who guides yourself. So you can never discount your own power, okay? Yes, and about colors, there's a lot of blue, which is about speaking your truth. A little bit on the green, so listening to your heart and following your heart, speaking your authentic truth essentially, but not just to others. It's not only about displaying to other people. You first have to recognize it yourself, right? So first do that and then move forward with helping others. That is kind of like a very readily available thing. You can do that in a small scale, large scale, that's completely up to you. Yes, it was a big reading, but a lot of information came through that I was not initially getting. I hope this reaches all those who need to hear this, okay? It's quite important. I hope it helped, I hope it resonates, and I would love to hear from you, so I'm looking forward to your comments. And if you enjoyed the reading, please don't forget to like and share with your friends, people, I don't know, whoever needs to hear this. And of course, subscribe to my channel so that you are notified. Click on the bell so that you know every time I post a video. I generally do them weekly. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. Take care, all the best, and bye for now. Hi Pal 2, welcome to your reading. Let's find out what your secret skills and talents are, some of which you already know of, some which you do not know, and how you can fully awaken to them. So this is an affirmation that is going to help you during times of self-doubt and when you compare yourself to others and things like that. We will take a look at that later, but let's do your tarot and astrology cards first. We have Sagittarius. You could be a Sagittarius, but it tells me that you are passionate, you're optimistic, you have some fire in you, and it's kind of like what you want to achieve. And we have Saturn, which rules law, structure, responsible, and ambition. Okay, So you're ambitious, you have certain lofty aims for yourself, you hold yourself to a certain standard, and you like to keep yourself up to it. We have Nine of Wands, which again suggests that you are very, well, you're stubborn. Okay, so if you have a certain goal in sight, you will get there. You will push and push until you get to that point. Okay, very strong that way. And we have Ten of Pentacles. You could have a family business, or you follow the same line of thought. You carry forward your family's work. You make sure to keep the legacy alive, your traditions, and the way that your upbringing is still quite prominent in your personality. Okay, you like staying connected to your roots, and family overall is very important for you. You take it as a responsibility and not a luxury. You do not take it for granted. Okay, I have Page of Wands. So whenever it is time for fun, you have fun. You allow yourself to have fun. You're not so uptight. You are serious, but you're not uptight. And that makes sense with the Sagittarius as well. The Sagittarius is quite optimistic, very playful, very enjoys life as it comes, and very curious people as well. And we have Five of Wands. Okay, again, a lot of goal orientation. You like a good challenge. You are able to take on any challenge that comes your way, and you don't care what others are doing. All you care is that that is the goal, and I will pave the way. I don't care if someone is trying to tiptoe around or step on my toes or anything, because it is my walk. I will get through it. I will get past all these hurdles, and I will reach the flame at the end, which is the goal. Okay, so very, very goal oriented, and you're very resolute in your approach, very determined. You are there till it is absolutely completed. Very hardy, very strong, and at the same time, I'm guessing you're a little bit competitive as well, but again, it's kind of like, if it justifies the cause, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's move on. How can you grow more deeply into your qualities? We have the fifth house, which rules children. So in your case, and play, fun time, leisure activities, sports, things like that. So in your case, it could be visiting your childhood dreams, remembering what you wanted to be as a child, because even though you're taking the family thing as a serious thing, like for example, it could also be that your family pushed you in a certain career direction and you're determined to follow it through, okay, because you feel that that's your responsibility. It's part of your job as a child, kind of. Okay, so in order for you to best hone in these qualities of fully living your ambition, fully being optimistic, you kind of have to live your childhood dreams instead of what others have to say for you or do for you, because this competition sometimes gets a little bit out of hand, because yeah, sometimes it's like, get out of the way, I need to move, that kind of thing. But you're not saying that literally, but you do everything in your power to kind of get there no matter what. So that no matter what sometimes becomes a little less joyful and a little more conflict and a bit more serious, right? So everything in a certain amount is absolutely perfect, but sometimes it goes a little bit out of hand, okay? So in order to temper that, you need to go back to what you wanted to be as a child, because when you love what you're doing, you don't go out of hand. Right? Then we have Mercury, which rules communication, mind, intellect, reason, and language. Okay, so you need to be you need to have more insights about what you are thinking. the mind really spoke out here. Like, what is your reasoning? You say that this is a good reason for behaving a certain way, but is it really? Okay, what are you actually conveying, right? Intelligence and childhood, that is saying something. It's like the way that we see things, the boundaries that we have when we are children is extremely different from what we develop throughout life, right? So the intelligence of a child is much more open, much more accepting, and sees things without boundaries as compared to how we are when we grow up. So you need to go back and get that knowledge, get that wisdom from your childhood and kind of communicate it to yourself, and that will change the way that you view things, okay? So I'm also getting a little bit of pick your battles. Okay, you don't need to fight that challenge. Just because someone calls it a challenge doesn't mean you have to go and do it, kind of. Okay, let's see a bit more. 6 of Pentacles. So, okay, because you're a little bit stubborn, you might have some trouble accepting help or even sharing your information, sharing your gifts, okay? So this is signifying that you need to maintain a free flow within you. So whenever you need help from someone, remove the ego, because that's not important at that moment, okay? You need help, so that's it. You go and ask for help. And at the same time, when someone else is asking, genuinely asking for help, obviously, then give it freely, okay? It does not take away your knowledge from you if you help someone else. This is for the cases when you get a little bit more conflicted. It can be within yourself as well, by the way. Yeah, so, for example, if you have to follow this family line, then, but at the same time you kind of don't want to, but you take it as a responsibility, so you do it anyway, then in that case, you need to have this, first of all, find out what is it that you need to do, what is it you want to do, and then you follow it through by intelligent communication, okay? Give and share the information with the family and find a middle ground. There's always a way to kind of solve things in a nicer way rather than, fighting. We have the Devil, okay? The Devil is, again, it's like, I'm getting this this feeling of, I don't want to earn like this, or I don't want to work like this. So it's kind of like you have to face and confront your fears rather than taking up more and more challenges and just stubbornly pushing through. It's like when you have a wall in front of you, you decide to keep running into it. Okay, you just decide to run into it because you feel that at some point the wall will break due to pressure. But there is another way away from it where you don't have to hurt your head and you will get exactly what you want, right? So the Devil is kind of asking you to see that you're doing the same thing. Are you addicted to challenges? Okay, are you kind of using challenge? Are you using this reasoning that you have to do this and you have to do that as an excuse to not actually do what you want? These are some questions to ponder, but yeah, that's coming through because you can live your duty, okay? It is your responsibility. If you feel that it is, you are ambitious and that will not diminish in any way. You love a good challenge, which means you can rise up to any occasion, you can get through anything, and at the same time you do not lose any of that optimism, any of your youthfulness, okay? But what are you fighting for? These qualities can be top-notch only when the cause justifies the means and the means justifies the cause. It's kind of going both ways, okay? So you have to reason with you have to find out what the negative aspects of yourself or the way that you see yourself is, okay? Yeah, that's something that I don't know if this is making sense to you. It's not so much to me, but this message is not for me, so yeah. We have the Hermit here. Okay, take some time and think about it. Okay, think about what is it you want. what are some of your insecurities that you're not facing? Because sometimes it happens, or many times it happens, that people, when they're extremely competitive about something, or when they always want a challenge, they kind of want to prove to others that they are good and they're up to anything and they can achieve anything and I'm amazing, that kind of thing. Okay, so that stems from you not feeling good about yourself, so you need to keep proving to others and via others yourself that you are good enough and that you can do anything. And the thing is, no one is denying, okay, you can do it. You definitely can. You're really, really smart and you are ambitious. You have the strength and the determination to achieve anything and establish anything, okay? So if you don't want to earn from a family business, you need to first find out how is it that you would like to earn. If you don't want a stability from something that is already made, you want to start something of yourself, then you have to first think about, what is it that I want to build? What am I creating? What do I want to create for myself and for the world that I'm living in? Okay, what is your cause? What is your end goal that you're trying to reach? You have to think about it. Think of your motivation. Think of the things that you don't like. Think of the things that you do like. How do you approach things right now, and how would you like to approach? And be brutally honest with yourself, because if you're not, it is going to keep coming back to you throughout your life, and you will keep repeating the same patterns, and come on, that's not fun. Right, so it is the pile one was extremely feminine, energetic oriented, and this one feels very masculine oriented, and both of you need to kind of balance yourselves out in terms of your energies. So anyway, these insecurities are kind of the obstacles in your mind. So actually it could be also you. For many people, you're the one who caused conflict within yourself, and you then switch a little bit and it's like, yeah, well, never mind, I'm just gonna have fun, everything's fine, yeah, okay, tralala. But you don't want to face it. You don't want to go deeper into it because it seems like a lot of work. But the thing is, if you're up to anything, if you're up to any task, then you can do this for yourself as well, right? And we have Six of Cups. What was I talking about all this time, right? The first thing that I mentioned was childhood. Go back to your childhood. So the ways that you can do that is, of course, go to your childhood home. You can do some inner child meditation if you're into meditation at all, but it looks like it is completely recommended for you, even if you're not meditating yet, okay? And another way is kind of looking at things from your childhood. So if you have some mementos, memories, photographs, albums, videos, anything that you have, you take a look at them and you kind of relive those memories, and that will jog some of the thoughts that you used to have at that time. And of course, the games that you used to play. Yeah, totally, the games you used to play, and if you have pets, then remembering your pets or something. So you can do a lot of things to remember your childhood in order to bring that information and that aspiration, those hopes and the dreams that you used to have as a child about yourself, the vision you carried about your future, about how you would work, earn, live, everything like that. You need to bring that to now and bring it in a way that it is flowing, because at this time it seems like you want to hold on to your control. You want to hold on to the things that you can do rather than the things you want to do and figuring out how to do it. It's like when the challenge comes, you will deal with it, but you're not going to challenge yourself in that true sense, okay? It is very necessary for you to actually figure out your purpose, because the Hermit, Six of Cups, and the Devil is kind of like, you have to figure out who you are as a person deep down, very honestly. Talk to yourself, because in the end, how you can't leave from you, you cannot run away from you, you can't hide from you, and only you can save yourself, only you can trap yourself. Yeah. It all comes down to you. So the Six of Pentacles, if right now you're trying to hold on to a lot of things, it can even be grudges or competition, some people, I don't know, okay, it's different for everyone. You know what exactly you're holding on to. once you recognize yourself a little bit more, and more, you will start letting it flow out. You will allow it to leave your life. Okay, let's see how you can share your gifts with others. We have the 4th house, which deals with possessions, values, and it looks like you're good with money. I don't know why I keep feeling that you're good with money. But yeah, this is about your possessions, the things that you own, how you earn, how you create abundance for yourself. That is a way that you can help others. So by making yourself an example, you can share that method with other people. That's just a suggestion. And we have North Node, life mission, hidden talents, and destination. Okay, it kind of looks like it's a connective thing over here. But how you can help others is by recognizing your own life mission. By recognizing and seeing yourself for what you are. Because even if you do the things, even if you live by your strengths every day, you don't really know where that is coming from, what the motivation is, what is the true extent of it, what is the pro and the con of each strength, right? And you don't really know how far you can stretch it. It's a very when you recognize your life mission, it's quite a spiritual flex, let me tell you, okay? And that will just uncover even more and more of your abilities and help you realize which way you need to go, because it does not look like you're very satisfied with everything yet. Let's see what more you can do. We have the Fool, letting go of some ideas, some shackles, some things that kind of hold you back, and keeping the trust that whatever you decide, whichever way you fall with this leap of faith, you will be caught by the universe, okay? You will have a blanket under you. You're not just going to fall and die or something, okay? So you are safe to follow your dreams. So it kind of signifies a beginning as well, actually. The Fool is like the first card of the whole tarot deck. So it is the beginning, extremely beginning, which is like an initiation. You have to take that initial step of like recognizing you and doing you for you. And the Fool kind of is encouraging you to do that, because every time we come to sharing, every time just like how to give, it comes back to first fix your problems, kind of. First recognize you for you, first talk to you, and through that, and that's essentially what you have to do, right? Just see yourself for the worth that you are, and never feel insecure about anything that you want to achieve, okay? Don't act out of insecurity. When you act out of insecurity, either you over deliver or under deliver. Either you have a lot of confidence or you don't have any confidence at all, okay? There's like this whole pendulum spectrum of it, and never are you in the equilibrium point. So that is the thing. You have to surrender some of these issues over here. You have to relinquish this need for control and leap in, jump in. It's a very tough step, okay? I agree, it is tough, but take it one day at a time. You first recognize what you need to leave behind. You don't have to do anything rash. No one is pushing you, no one is forcing you to do anything. It is all going to be your decision, because it is your development, it's your improvement. We have 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, work on yourself, work on your aims and dreams. So whatever you decide here, whatever you figure out is something that you want to do, you start working on it. Take it one day at a time, make it gradual. You don't need to do something crazy, but make sure that you know exactly what you want, because well, without that, you're just going to stay in this feeling. Pentacles again. There's so many Pentacles, right? 3 Pentacles. Oh, not so many, but yeah, feels like a lot. There's a structure as well over there, so yeah. A lot of pentacles, so you're more into the tangible side of things. I don't feel you have a lot of spiritual experience and not even any interest in that, perhaps. But even if you do, it's kind of a recent thing. Yeah, okay. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, Pentacles, okay. Seven of Pentacles, be patient with yourself. Again, take it slow and steady. You will get there. You will get your answers. You will know what you want. And it's again kind of recognizing your potential, because this person has planted the seeds and it's kind of waiting for the plant to rise, okay? And until this point, he was not able to see the growth of the plant, right? So he stays there and kind of waits. And then it's kind of I have planted the seed, so it will grow. That kind of faith in the potential of their efforts, that is there. So you plant the seeds, plant the thoughts, plant your ideas into your own mind and kind of let it stew, let it be for a while and see and look, open your eyes and kind of wait with patience for the answers to show up, okay? And everything is kind of on your work. It is your creation, it is your development, it is your perfectionism, it's your everything that is going to in turn help. So you are being an example, basically. By improving your life, you're an example. By working on yourself, you're an example. And you don't need to tell anyone about it. You don't even need to shout it out. You don't need to prove it to anyone, because you yourself are a living proof that you can do your own thing and you can start your own thing and be something with it. All you need is a little bit of aspiration and a little bit of patience, right? Oh, and we have Seven of Cups. So you are able to make a lot of choices. You have a lot of choices in your vicinity, and you take a while to kind of decide, and all these choices are really wonderful. So it could be that you have just so many gorgeous choices all around you of things to be that you kind of want to be all of them, and you're not really able to recognize which one is it, right? So again, it goes back to what did you want to be as a child, and once you really recognize that, and of course make sure that it kind of resonates with you at this moment as well, and it was not just, oh, I wanted to be a dragon or a phoenix or something, obviously, then you can like take it forward and be something with it, right? So it's basically the unraveling of your destination, of your own life mission, of how can you work on your development, your tangible assets and possessions that is going to kind of help people and know and learn how to stabilize themselves in their lives. Okay. And we have, how can you best align with your authenticity right now? We have Libra, which is an air sign, action-oriented, again comes back to communication, mind, intellectualism, and reasoning. And the Libra is always interested in seeing both sides of the argument, okay? They don't want to have fluff in anything. They will see through it because they know what it is to not have, they know what it is to have. They're very fair, very just, and they know how to speak because they know both sides of the argument, okay? And they are action-oriented. When they see something unjust, something that is unfair, they will take action towards it. I don't know if you're a Libra, but yeah, that's the kind of energy that's coming through. Okay, we have Chiron, which is about deep insecurity, spiritual strength, and rebirth cycles. So once you start stepping into all of this, you will undergo some transformations that are going to really help you convert your insecurities into your strengths, okay? Like I said, once you figure yourself out, you will be very established, you will feel happy, you will feel content and more stable and at peace, which is going to help other people as well. And we have Lilith, which is raw, primal, subconscious, and repression. So these insecurities that you have, they might be subconscious, which is why it is very strongly recommended that you meditate, or it can be a guided meditation. If you know how to meditate already, then you can do it yourself, of course. But these, okay, I got one more thing with the raw and the primal. When someone opposes you or someone is triggering you, how do you react? That is your most primal reaction, when you just act out of, you just act in the moment. Those are the times that you can catch yourself and you can catch your shadows like in broad daylight, and that is going to really help you a lot. Okay, so for example, if someone is like, oh, what, you don't know this, I know better, and you instantly, your reaction is to prove to them that they are completely wrong, then that speaks more about you, because they themselves are whatever. Okay, they are doing their own thing, they have their own life, but do you want that reaction, and where is it coming from? What is it showing, and how does that make you feel? Really, like, do you like feeling that way? Do you need to prove yourself to others? I'm giving this example. I don't know if this resonates with everyone, but I think it definitely resonates with some of you. But that's just an example, okay? Whenever you have that split reaction, suddenly you have to identify what that is. Where is it coming from? Because it very likely has deep roots and it is affecting you in more ways than you realize, okay? Because you're not really conscious of these things yet, and the advice everywhere is to identify and become conscious of these issues, which will then help you heal them and get out of those shackles. Okay, let's see what more. We have 4 of Cups. Yeah, again, a little bit of a dissatisfaction about what is happening with your life. Even though it's all wonderful, it is actually great, you have a lot of options, but it's somehow meh. Okay, and it's like, hey, so you can inherit this and that, and you can have a lot of money, and you can have a lot of this. You're like, yeah, I can. And you don't want to be ungrateful, but at the same time, you're not really fulfilled by it, right? So you need to take the offer of your soul, if that's not too deep for you, okay? Again, it comes down to what is it that you want to do. You have to walk towards that. And 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is, again, it's like, choose your battles. If someone is saying something, you don't need to bang your head over it. You don't need to get so frustrated about what other people are doing or saying or achieving or anything. If that is kind of your parameter for deciding whether you are successful or not, then that is, well, it is quite a flaky parameter, doesn't it? Because some people will do better, some people won't do better. How does that, so your identity is very fluctuating in that case. So you have to identify first, where is it that you want to go, and you have the strength, you have the capacity to kind of go for it. And at that time, when you're doing that, you will not care what others have to say, what others are doing, what others think of you, and etc. Okay? These frustrations, this dissatisfaction, everything again goes back to the insecurity thing. You have some things that you're not yet letting go, and you know that this thing is not correct, but you don't know what else is. So you just keep going with it, you just feel the same feeling. We have the Lovers, okay, your perfect career, your perfect life is out there. Don't worry about that. And again, this is about a duality, but maintaining a balance between the masculine and the feminine sides, okay? So connect with yourself. It is not a sign of weakness, please. Okay, you have to know yourself. And you have to make sure that there is a wonderful balance of logic and reasoning and emotion and instinct. Okay, both of them go hand in hand, and both of them make a person successful. We all have the masculine and the feminine energies within us, and how we make them harmonious within ourselves, that is the question. And that is what everyone finds it, well, difficult. And well, because it's different for everyone, right? How do you view a feminine energy? How do you view a masculine energy? That's very different for all of us. So it's not just one set template where you can like just read and all of a sudden you're balanced. right? So you have to identify it for yourself. It's very self-journey oriented. Does not look like you were into that until now. I don't know if you still are, but I hope after this reading you give it a shot. See if it triggers anything. And we have Queen of Cups, speaking of feminine energies. Yeah, so connect with your intuition. You will get a lot of guidance. You will get a lot of support and help. You'd never need to worry about that. You will know exactly what you need to do once you start walking on this path of recognition of yourself and your strengths. All of this will kind of help you step into your authenticity. You have to leave behind the things that are dissatisfying you. Say no to the things that are just not working, but make sure that you first know what is it that you want to do and what is it that you can make work. Okay. Now finally, your oracle card, you can call this whenever you compare yourself to others. So like the Five of Swords, every time you compete with others, so like the Five of Wands, every time that you're doubtful of yourself, and every time that you feel low. Okay, you can use it as an affirmation or an encouragement, advice, whatever. You have, I am the dreamer of my dream. So everything that you want to create, everything that you want to make happen in your life, you can. Okay, you can do it. And it is important that you realize that you have the skills and you can make the most of it to create the best life that is possible for you. Don't be afraid to dream, and the moment you dream, plan on solidifying it. I think you're really good at making dreams tangible, so that's fantastic already. Now let's take a look at the numbers that you have. We have, well, let's go row by row. 5, 5, 5. Let me see the meaning of it. There are big life changes that are coming in. Learn to release that, all that is not working for you, and allow the new to manifest. Okay, focus on today, focus on the present. Opportunities are being manifested. Keep faith, you are being guided. Okay, you always have help, I told you. So you are being guided. All you need to do is kind of tap in and release the things that are not in your best interest. Okay, allow the new things to come in, allow your wishes and your dreams to manifest into their lives, because as long as you keep holding on to these energies that are not really serving you or your best interest, you're delaying your own happiness. Some people are never able to access this happiness, so let's not make that you, right? Okay, then we have 6, 6, 6. Four and 4. Let's see what the 4s are. The 4s are about, well, your prayers are being heard and they're being created, and there is financial abundance that is coming in through self-discipline and balanced approach to life. You will remain aligned and manifest your dreams even faster, and you need to let go of negativity. It can be negativity around your own self-worth, your own self-respect, about the things that you own, the things that you want, the things you feel you deserve, all these things. Anything that is negative around that, you need to kind of let that go and make it a habit. Okay, if you can, if you want to, then you can make it a habit, and you will be feeling more and more balanced. Okay, so that is the thing. But we have 4 and 4 twice, so it's not as urgent as the 5s. The 5s, yes, the 5s and the 6s. Let's do your 6s now. So the 6s are all about abundance, optimism, love, and healing. Okay, a lot to heal, a lot to give, and you've been going through some things, and this is kind of a message of stay calm, stay chill. You'll restore yourself. You'd love to support it. Be mindful of the people that you interact with, of how your interactions are. Even this with the Lovers, it's kind of a number of compassion. It's about your relationships with yourself, as well as your professional and your family relationships, all relationships in general, right? How do you maintain that flow, that alchemy? How is your interaction? 4 sixes actually. The devil also adds up to 6. So 6, 6, 6, 6. That's the most urgent, I think. Yeah. Okay. Then we have 7 and 7. That is kind of like you have to quiet your mind every chance you get in order to get the information that you're looking for. Okay, you have powerful intuition, and that means you have very strong foresight. You can get your answers in dreams. You can get it as a random voice in your head. You don't always have to be like, what am I thinking? No, it could be a guidance, something that helps you. So you keep your mind open and recognize that knowledge that comes forward for you. Empower yourself and stay positive. Be bold and brave in your pursuits, and you are fully supported, so don't be afraid to follow your dreams. Wonderful. It's so gorgeous. Then we have 9 and 9. So that is for positive, altruistic thoughts. Yeah, so you have to focus on these positive thoughts, positive outcomes, and keep it in your mind that you can achieve everything that you're wanting to achieve. And it's like you've lost your inner voice. This is when you kind of have to find yourself again. The hermit is literally that, right? You don't know yet, but you're kind of listening to yourself and attuning to yourself in order to reconnect with your soul, right? Or your spirit, whatever you call it. And the colors, mostly blue, green, a little bit yellow. So it's about your confidence, speaking your truth with regards to your confidence, and listening to your heart a bit more often. You're not letting that happen. Blue, yeah. Yes, those are the dominant colors. Okay, so yes, I hope this helps and resonates with you, pile 2. I look forward to hearing from you in the comment section. If you enjoyed the reading, do press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I post a video, which is usually once a week. And I will see you again next time. Bye. Hi pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's find out what your special skills and talents are. I will be showing you your oracle cards later because these are some messages that are going to help you in times of self-doubt, okay? Let's start with your astrology and your tarot cards. We have the 9th house. We have Uranus, which is rebel, reform, unpredictable, and eccentric. And we have Imam Koli, or the Nadir point, which is the private self, home life, and childhood. Okay. Now for your tarot cards, let's see, we have the 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Hermit, and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So your power is basically transmutation, okay? You have been through some things. Your childhood has not been easy. It has some unconventional things going on. There are some elements which were not faced by other people your age, which have led to a lot of different insecurities while you were growing up, and they manifest in very different ways as you've grown up, okay? So, for example, you feel as though you're not good enough and you're not able to get out of your shadows, okay? These are some of the examples. But the thing is, you're always able to notice these things and you come out of it, okay? I'm not sure if you have completely overcome it. It's different for everyone, but there is still that thing where, I mean, even if you fix the immediate problem, you have not yet reached the root. So you kind of always keep coming back to the Queen of Wands, okay? But that said, everything that has happened has given you a very different perspective on life and different ideas that people talk about or go through in their own lives, okay? With the Hermit here, you're very introspective about your philosophies, your belief systems, and what is a priority to you, what is not a priority to you, and what makes you feel safe and not so safe, okay? So safety is a theme here, okay? You want to feel safe, and you make yourself feel safe in any way that you know how. The Queen of Wands is very powerful in that way, okay? She takes the shadows, she can see what is in the shadows, for example, insecurity. She knows that she's insecure, and then while recognizing that, she's like, you know what, I have to get through this, I'm gonna get through this. So if that means crying for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then she'll do that, and then she will come out on top of it and just get the work done, okay? So that's what I meant when I said even if you fix that immediate problem, you still have some more things to work on, but nevertheless you're able to tackle each problem head on. After these events pass by and you notice some recurring themes going on in your life and in the way that you deal with things, this is when you mainly become introspective, okay? You have to really contemplate over everything, kind of. You like being on your own a little bit, because that's the only way that you feel really at home and really safe, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all, okay? You're very resourceful because you think about things more deeply, okay? For example, if you've had money problems while you were growing up, then now you know the importance of saving money, okay? When you were growing up, if there was a lack of stability in the house, if you like moved around a lot, then right now you understand the meaning of keeping your home safe, keeping your home to yourself, kind of. That has a different level of priority for you. Then, one other thing I was getting, the way you look at things is still very different because you were raised in a different way, okay? Now the raised thing, that is coming really strong, but again, it does not have to be for everyone, but something has happened in the past which has kind of encouraged you to think in a different way as compared to the rest of the people around you, okay? So you kind of feel like a misfit. You don't mind it sometimes, but at the same time, it obviously everything has its pros and cons, so that's basically what is showing here. But your strength here is always like you come out on top, you have your problems, but you're always able to fix them, and you always start a new chapter, and you kind of learn from all these issues that you have gone through, okay? You've always changed, you've always learned. You're a little bit, you're a little bit unexpected in the way that you think and express yourself, but it makes sense, okay? It always makes sense. You have gained a lot of life wisdom from everything that has happened. Of course, it has not been easy, but you have learned from it and you know how to respect it for that. And you take these knowledge, these little pearls of wisdom, and hold it really close to your heart, and you kind of maintain it. You look back and you're just like, okay, well, I have this close to me, and I feel good, I feel safe now, because when I look back at the past, I'm grateful that I learned these lessons. Sometimes you could be a little bit more overprotective, but I mean, that's warranted, right? Is there anything else? Yeah, you think about the philosophy of life and just the general our philosophy of existence and religion and so many different things. You have really different ideas. You're not really involved in the mundane thoughts of everyday life, okay? You feel like that will just go forward, but our existence and our being and our consciousness and things like that, okay? You have something, these are some examples, but you have some you have a really different way. The topics that you think about are not very conventional. Very few people get it. Okay? Okay. Let's see how you can grow more into your abilities of transmutation. We have Neptune, which rules our dreams, intuition, mystic, imagination, and delusions. Okay. And we have the second house, which rules literally our possessions, money, value, self-respect, self-value, and self-worth. Okay, your tarot cards, we have Six of Pentacles, which is the exchange of money. The Page of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So for those of you who kind of are overprotective about your possessions, you need to loosen up a little bit, because even though you have been hurt in the past in some way and you feel insecure about it still, the past is not happening right now, right? Right now is the present, and you're paving the way for the future. The past is completely gone and out of the way. So you need to loosen up a little bit and take it as a way of, the more you give, the more you receive. That kind of philosophy that is with the Six of Pentacles. Obviously, there needs to be a state of balance. You can't just give, and you cannot just receive. So you have to maintain that kind of flow where you have the two-way abundance. You give people what they deserve, and in turn you feel happy for what you did. And of course, they will remember you for the things that you have given them. So this is quite literally the money aspect of things, but it also applies for like energy exchange. Okay, so if you have certain creative ideas with the Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups, Page of Cups are really wonderful. Imagination can do anything is possible in the Page of Cups world. So this imagination that you have of an ideal life, of an ideal house, of an ideal mate, whatever the idealistic view that you have of your existence, which feels idealistic to you, by the way, because you've not gotten them before. It doesn't mean that it can't happen. So in that case, you're kind of, instead of looking back at the things that you did not have and then shifting that and then continuing to shift that, you need to also look forward and kind of invest your energy on what you want to manifest, right? What do you want your future to be like? Rather than you trying to fix the past, also decide your future, okay? Again, there is this balance that you need to maintain. Yes, of course, you need to fix the shadows. You need to get out of your shadows. But at the same time, what story are you writing for yourself? Right, you have very nice emotional intelligence, but I feel like there is some more work to be done within, okay, for you to fully recognize this power. And the more energy you put into something, the more you intend for a certain life, the easier it is for the universe to kind of give it to you. Until this point, it's like you are thinking, you are connecting, you are talking to the universe, you are talking to yourself, and you are thinking about this and that and asking questions and answering it yourself. But I don't feel like till now you have opened the listening channel of yours. Okay, so that means that you're talking and you're listening, but it's only to yourself. You're not really open to the universe. You're not really taking a cosmic view of the same thing. So whenever you go into this introspective hermit mode, you feel really safe and nice in a bubble because you're in that spiritual plane. Okay, you're in the mental, emotional, mental and spiritual plane. Okay, but the moment you're out of this state, you are back to the Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords, where you're like, okay, well, time to self-protect, time to mind my own business and do my own thing and be done with it. Okay, so you're not really comfortable. Exactly, you're not really flowing with life on earth, even though you have a very strong understanding of the bigger picture and of the bigger questions, I would rather say. You're not very gelling with the physical plane. Okay, which is why this is a very tangible thing. This is a tangible thing, and the Two of Pentacles talks about one of the tangible things. And this literally is kind of balancing your spiritual side of things with your physical, your earthly life, okay? So use these dreams that you have of an ideal future. Don't think of, oh yeah, but I never had this, how can I have it now? Don't think like that. Just, what do you dream? That's it. End of story. What do you want your life to be? Imagine it to be there, that you're heading towards it. Imagine as though you're walking towards it. And if you were walking towards it, would you be doing the same things as you are today? Right? Because that is going to really help bring in the same a reflection or an echo of your own thoughts, your own ideas, okay? For example, if you say, in the future, I will have a house that looks like this, this, and this, even though it is really out of your budget right now, you never know if it can be possible in the future, right? You honestly do not know. You never know. So you can place that intention. You can just think to yourself that, okay, I want this house. It has to look like this. It has to be like this. My life in that house is going to be like blah, blah, blah. And that's it. Okay, just feel good and feel happy about that, right? And you will see slowly, very gradually, you will get these different opportunities or even ideas which kind of nudge you towards that direction, which allows you to have a house, okay? That is, again, an example, but it is to help you kind of open up that plane where you interact with the universe rather than just yourself. Because even though you're an individual, you're a part of a big cosmic and universal picture, right? So this here, the Neptune, is kind of encouraging you to use your eccentric ideas, your unpredictable creative self, to manifest your dreams, to use your intuition, to be so creative that your intuition is on point and you are able to be guided by not just yourself but also by the energies around you. Okay, that will really help you, and it will help you even further along your shadow work. Okay, is there anything else? So yeah, so basically exchange your energy. It's not just yours to keep. It is never belonging to any person. Energy is always flowing. It is always changing, and knowingly or unknowingly you are changing it. Okay, you're always transmuting. You're always shifting what that energetic meaning is for you. Okay, but the thing is, after you're done transmuting, you keep it to yourself and you then protect yourself. Okay, that's the stage you're at right now. This is free flow. Okay, now how can you share this gift with others? We have the 10th house, and we have Virgo. Can you see it? And for your tarot cards, we have the Ace of Pentacles, okay, the Fool, and the Devil. How interesting. This is literally like you have to share your gifts. For the other piles, it's like, yeah, you can share your gifts like this and this, but this is more like you have to. Okay, start something, start doing something. Because the 10th house is of the career and your public image. So you can literally share your stories in order to help others. Ace of Pentacles is start something tangible. Start, I don't know, a book, a channel, a podcast, a business, something that is established, an establishment, which, well, it doesn't have to be an establishment right now, but it can be in the future. Okay, so this will be the start. Take the first steps, which allows people to let go of their obsessions, of their shadows, of their addictions, of their problems. Okay, because you're more helpful. You will be much more helpful than you can imagine right now. Okay, there are so many people who are actually going through so many problems, and these are of many different types, and it looks like you've had a lot of diversity of these problems, either personally or through some loved ones. Okay, with Virgo, this is someone who kind of, again, it's an earthly sign, so they like to do solid work, and Virgo is very helping, very loving, and kind of lives for service, that sort of thing. That's loosely that. Okay, so it's really like, do something that helps others. It's such a big encouragement. And if you are wondering if you can shift your career or something, save up. Okay, save up and you can start something. Just get something started. Okay, that's basically it. But that's the point. You can help other people let go of their obsessions, their addictions, and their all the problems that kind of hold them back in life, because you are able to fix your own problems, and some people might not be able to, right? And that also reminds me with the Six of Pentacles. It's like give the knowledge, give the experience, because you will also get back more than you give. Okay, it's a two-way abundance that is happening. And the good thing is, you don't have to experience each and everything yourself, right? Of course not. Oh no, please don't. So when you share with other people, you can get more stories from them, and you can learn from other people, from their own stories, okay? And that will increase your knowledge base. You will understand more and more about the world. You will feel more connected with everyone. You will not feel so isolated in your mind and emotion. If you are thinking, why should I help anyone? I'm not feeling the calling to help anyone. You will, because that's why. Okay, if there is some sort of bitterness in your mind where I was never helped, if you have that going on, then realize that, well, you went through all of this because you can handle it. Okay, you can do it. That's why you went through it by yourself, because you can learn it yourself. And you need to face it in order to help other people heal from it. The other people who are not able to do it themselves. Okay, so if you have any bitterness regarding that, it's okay. I understand that. I've been there. But don't hold on to it. Whoever has, well, affected you poorly in the past, hopefully they're not there anymore right now, right? And if they are, then it's time to kind of let go, just like the Queen of Wands is like, okay, bye. You know, so the things that are not in alignment with you and your wishes, your dreams, your hopes, they don't need to exist in your life. No one is a permanent collection. Okay, so start something that is going to help you express yourself in the way that you feel lighter. You get all this wisdom out, and this wisdom is for a much greater good than only helping you or the very immediate people. Okay, it looks like you can have a very strong impact on people. You speak differently, you present yourself very different. And while this may sometimes lead to not feeling very confident about yourself, this can really, in a very unexpected way, reach and help some people who really need it. Okay, yeah, I don't know why, I just felt like you needed to hear that. Okay, now the last thing that I'll talk about is your, what was it? How can you align yourself with your most authentic self? We have Chiron, which stands for deep insecurity, spiritual strength, and rebirth cycles. Lilith, which is raw, primal, subconscious, and repressions. For your tarot, we have 8 of Swords, the Moon, the 7 of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, clearly you have not healed properly. You've not healed to the depths of your issue yet. So you're going to have to work on that. There are some work to be done. There's some work, and once you get that completed, there is nothing that will stop you from reaching your abundance, your true self. Again, we have Pentacles, so you are meant to have a lot of material abundance. Okay, you do not need to worry about that at all. You will have the money, you will have the house, you will have the resources, you will have the people, you will have everything, okay? But there are some things, there's these beliefs, some things you have in your head that you can't do it, or you you don't speak well, you don't, I don't know, you're not good enough for certain things, and that you can't do it by yourself. There's something that is always stopping you from kind of doing what you want to do, okay, or being what you want to be. You don't want to feel stuck, but at the same time you stay stuck. Okay, there are many subconscious, we have subconscious here, and the moon has a lot of subconscious fears in it. There are many more things in the shadows, in the depths, that are waiting for you to discover them. And shadows does not always mean negative, okay? Please no. Shadow also has your gifts. It has the power to unlock your full potential. If there is no light, there is no shadow. If there is no shadow, there is no light. Right? Because there is a polarity, both of them are able to exist, right? So a shadow is not bad, and light is not complete without shadow, right? So know your shadow, learn about yourself completely, every part of you, every version of you, love it, give it your acceptance, and just heal everything that needs healing. Give the attention to the parts of you that need attention, okay? If you have been mainly focused in the more mental, in the spiritual things, where it's like philosophies and this and that I told you, which you generally do, but you're not paying attention to your emotions, well, even if you have the gifts right there in the spiritual plane, then the mental plane, it's not able to come beneath towards the emotional and then the physical realms, right? There are 4 levels here, and you need to propagate the idea through each and every step of the way for it to manifest finally into the physical realm. So there are some work to be done, there are some insecurities to be healed, which are going to really be your strength after you past each issue. Okay, each thing that you heal and you past it, I'm sure you will feel, okay, looks like I did it. Awesome. Now I feel better than ever, and I feel stronger than ever. Because you will feel that strong. You will feel really, really good. Because you healed that part. It's not coming back to haunt you ever again. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. And the next time you see a similar pattern in someone else, you'll be like, hey, I know what you're going through. I know what is up with you. And you can instantly tell them that, okay, this is how I did it. This is also how you can do it. Perhaps try it, but you have to heal it, and then this happened and that happened, and you can tell your own personal story about each thing that you healed. And isn't that wonderful, right? And there's quite a bit of things that are kind of holding you back. Everything that makes you sit in one place and just keep sitting and not be able to move anywhere or do anything about a problem, that's where you know there is a problem. Your head, starts reeling, and you have many thoughts that come through. Even if it's just one simple problem that came, you have 10 different fears that stem from that problem, right? Phew, okay, so these are the things that you need to heal. These are the things you need to work on, and you can do it. Take it one day at a time. Do it one by one. There is no rush. No one is, pushing you for anything. It's just, this is for your well-being and for you to recognize your full strength to the maximum, okay? Basically, transmutation and alchemy, these are your strengths, okay? King of Pentacles, my favorite card, I think. One of my favorites. Okay, it's like so cool, like just chilling there, right? Completely established. This person has built his company, his business, his venture from the ground up, putting brick by brick, working on himself, working on the business, trying out different things, experimenting with different things, and finally he has success, and a success that no one else can replicate, no one else can claim, because it is his work, it is his claim, it is his abundance, and that's it. End of story. And he's completely at peace with that. He's completely sure of himself. that's where you will be once you figure out each and every problem. And no, it is not an instant thing. And okay, yes, okay, people say that healing is a tough process, but it's, according to me, it's only the first one that is tough, because you're still figuring out how to heal yourself, right? But once you do it once, it's not that tough after that. I'm not going to say it's easy, I won't say that, but it is something so worth it that it does not feel like that much pain. Okay, like honestly, it does not. Anyway, let's do your oracle cards now. There you go. We have, I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Okay, yeah, basically what I was trying to say. Okay, and through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. In the world, not just you, in the world. When you meditate, when you pray, when you heal, when you grow, you are creating peace, not just in yourself, but in everybody who comes into your vicinity, into your life. This card, by the way, is so rare to come. This one, it's crazy. And I love that there are the 3 phases of the moon, like the major phases. This kind of represents like the new moonish. It's kind of starting and then it's growing and then you finally come to a completion, right? So mull in your thoughts, learn about it, release it, and then come to a new energy. You just finish the cycle, okay? End the cycle. You don't need to keep reliving the same problems. Not at all, okay? Okay, let's do your numbers. We have 9 there, 9 here, and the moon, which adds up to 9. The 9s are, hello humanitarians, focus on the positive and generous thoughts, okay? Now, positive outcomes are coming in and the conclusion that you've been waiting for. Your life is one of service, okay? If you're seeing 9s in your regular life as well, just it just means your life is one of service. And right now it's like you're not able to find yourself for a little while, and for that reason you kind of reconnect with yourself, right? You keep coming back to yourself and asking yourself and just kind of re-asking. So this is your soul call. Whenever you see 9s, it is your call to that you are being guided by the universe. So open your eyes, open your ears, open everything, all your senses too, accepting that guide. Okay, you're not in this alone. You don't have to heal alone. You can ask for help and you will find a solution. You will get a solution. You don't need other people to, you don't always need other people. Okay, I healed a lot of my problems on my own, and none of the people around me had gone through any of the same things that I had, but well, I have to heal it anyway, right? So I only talk to the universe and I only talk to myself, just as this. But and yeah, when I did not get a response immediately, I was always like, well, what's the point, right? Nobody is listening and things like that. Okay, I used to get mad quite often, but I don't know, the next day when I sat down to meditate again or ask myself the same question, I got a different insight, and that was very interesting because the previous day I had not, and the next day I suddenly do. So give it a chance. Give it a chance. You have this is your time to heal yourself completely and break free of these repetitive cycle that you're in. I don't see a cycle here, but it feels like a rebirth cycles. Okay, well, there is cycle. I feel like you have been going through this as a cycle. Okay, so there are many things to heal, but you can do it step by step. There is no rush, no pressure, nothing. Okay, now let's see, what else do we have? We have 5 and 5 and 6 and 6. So 6s are about abundance, optimism, love, and healing. You have been going through a lot, and this is a message of calm and restoration. You are always loved and supported. Be mindful of your connection with others. Be compassionate with others. Your professional and personal relationships will improve. Okay, these are some of the things here. Be mindful of your connection. That's like more speaking out in your case. How do you interact with other people? How do you interact with the energies around you? That is something that you need to be a little bit more mindful about. Now the fives here, it is about learn to release all that is not working for you because, well, the new has to manifest, right? Focus on the present, focus on the now. Opportunities are being manifested, keep faith, you are being guided. So there are so many messages which are like, you are being guided, you are being guided. So you're not alone, it's not just you and you alone in the world. There are many people, there are many energies, there are many things going on here. So yeah, you can find help, and that can come from any source, any direction. I can't tell you where it will come from. It's different for everyone, but I hope you recognize it when it is there. That's all I can say, right? Now for colors, we have blue, which is about voice, your throat chakra. Green, which is about your heart chakra. Well, predominantly that. A little bit of red. A little bit of red, so that would be your root. So you need to work on, so yeah, these problems that you have been having have come from quite a bit of a past situation. It could have even been your childhood, something that kind of shook your sense of security, and that has kind of propagated now, which more strongly manifests as inability to speak your truth very comfortably, a little bit shy, and you kind of, the first instinct you have is kind of resort to yourself, just come back to your shell, that kind of thing. Okay, we have private self over here as well. Yeah, so you kind of come back into yourself and you don't want to give so much. And it's interesting, Six of Pentacles, it's green, Five of Swords, it's green, feeling that kind of lack of love, and kind of not just to other people, it's just also yourself. Like self-love is a little bit, on the, it's a bit suppressed because of whatever has happened. And with the Four of Pentacles, she's like holding on to the clutch so tightly to her chest, and that is exactly where the heart chakra is. So that's, that is something that is being affected at the moment. So if you work on chakras, then that is the those are some of the indications, some of the chakras that you can work on. But if you do work on them, then make sure to start from the root, because that's where all the problems begin, right? And that's the safest way to kind of start balancing your chakras from the beginning. So yeah, you can use these oracle cards as an affirmation. You can repeat them every time you're in self-doubt, or you compare yourself to others, or you feel short of yourself. You can, I don't know what you want to do, but yeah, this is basically to help you. So I hope you feel helped by all this information that I gave you. I said some things that I never really thought of, like the light shadow thing. I've not thought of that before. It just suddenly came here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you did. And please click on the bell icon if you're interested in getting notified for my future videos. And I do them usually every week. So yeah. And if you want a free reading, you can contact me on Instagram. It is linked in the description box. If you're interested in more spiritual topics, I talk about some of them on my website called Eternal Living. That is also linked in the description box. And I will take your leave now. Take care and bye. Hi Power 4, welcome to your reading. Let's find out what are your skills and abilities. So I will be reading these oracle cards at the end because they give you some encouraging messages when you're in self-doubt or when you're comparing yourself to others. Let's see your tarot cards and astrology cards first. We have the 6th house, Lilith, which is raw, primal, subconscious, and repressions. And we have Mars, which rules passion, anger, action, courage, desire, and competition. Okay, now your tarot cards, we have the 9 of Wands. Okay. Judgment. 10 of Cups. And the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. So the first thing that I'm getting is that you are very headstrong. You do not like the conventional hierarchy of power that we have. You like being independent. You want to have your own business. You want to be in charge of your own fulfillment, and you want to be free. That's the bottom line. You need to feel free and independent. You don't like other people telling you what to do and what not to do. When someone kind of pushes themselves on you, you become really stubborn, and you have a lot of guards up the moment you sense someone who you know you won't get along with. So you will have trouble with the whole boss kind of situation because you want to be your own boss, okay? You have your own ideas of fulfillment, you're creative, and the way that you think is, it's very passionate, okay? With Mars here, it's like you know what you want to do and you want to stick to it, okay? So whenever someone else, there is this kind of a defensive thing, but more in a protective sense, okay? Not in the sense that you're fighting back just for the sake of it. You're not being defensive out of an insecurity, but rather you're doing this out of a protectiveness for your dreams, for your ideas and passions, okay? Your idea of bliss is of equality, of balance, of coexistence, where no one needs to tell each other what they need to do, because you should know what you want to do and you go for it, okay? But I don't know, for many of you, it's like you're not yet able to do that. You have that idea, you have that mindset, but I don't know, because the judgment is kind of like also a prayer where it's like, please release me, please free me, please allow me to live my bliss. Okay, so some of you are like really wanting to escape the whole 9 to 5 situation, the whole boss is asking something from you, the co-workers are asking something from you, and like everyone has their own expectation. And even if this is not a workplace situation, if it's a school, university thing, the teachers are expecting, the department is expecting something else, your parents are asking for something else, and things like that. It's kind of like, okay, well, it's like you have reached that point where you're like, you know what, I want to be free, I want to be independent. Okay, so I'm not seeing the struggle part, but the aftermath of it. Okay, so while you're not angry, you're also tired of being in this place where you're not able to be completely you, completely yourself, and completely stable by yourself with your ideas. Okay, you would like to be of service, but first it's you, right? You want to create something for you, and then you want to move on to how it impacts other people and things like that. But the priority is just your self-improvement and self-growth and your family, okay? For some of you, family is like really, really dear to you. For some of you, it's one of the top priorities, but either way, it's like, first, I need to take care of myself. I need to be free myself in order for me to be able to make other people happy. That's the overall vibe. You know what you want to do. That's what I'm really getting. Okay, and you have the strength to kind of fight through. And even now, despite what anyone would say, or anytime that you fall, you always have that courage, and you have that strength to kind of get up and walk again. That kind of thing, okay? Let's see how I can step into this more deeply. We have Neptune, which rules our dreams, intuition, mysticism, imagination, and delusions. We have Pluto. Wow, we have Pluto. That's power, death, transformation, and evolution. And we have Jupiter, which is luck, growth, expansion, optimism, and understanding. These are really strong cards, really strong cards. Okay, we have the Lovers. The Six of Swords. The Strength card, I kept repeating Strength, and yeah, we have the card. Okay, awesome. And the Seven of Swords. Okay. This is so clear that I don't even have to make anything up, okay? I mean, I don't have to try to join the dots. It's all there in one sentence. It's like, make the choice to move forward towards your expansion, towards a new journey. This is a divine choice. It is presented to you so that you take it and move forward. Okay? Stay strong, it's coming. Proceed with the authentic strength that you possess. Make sure to use all the resources that you have at your disposal. Strategize carefully. You have the intelligence for it. The universe is watching your moves. Everything here is universally guided. Everything is universally witnessed. And it's kind of like, stay on your toes, stay on the ground. It's time to make your move. Like a lion who stays there waiting till the right moment and pounces at exactly the right moment on its target, so is the Seven of Swords, with caution, with intellect, with the resources, with the agility. It just goes for what he wants. And what awaits at the end of this choice, at this end of this boat journey over here, is a lot of abundance. And this choice is for you to make. It is something that will really transform your life. It is not something to be taken lightly. So if you have been feeling that you have to make a different choice, you can't do this anymore, and you must move away, then you must move away. Okay, there is no other way. Because at the other side, it's so much expansion, there's so much happiness, there's so much growth. It's crazy, okay? And all of it will be your making. You can do it. All these dreams that you have, you can do it. You can expand yourself. You can grow into your own authentic strength, okay? You can be fearless in what you want. The power will be in your hands. Without a doubt, it's your making, it's your choosing, and use your intuition when you make this choice, okay? Don't be governed by fears. I don't see a fearful state here, but even when you're doubtful, I do have some oracle cards for that, but even if you have any doubt, just remember you're going to be completely fine, because this is a divinely orchestrated option being presented to you. When I say being presented to you, does not mean someone will literally call you. While it can happen, it's not always necessary that someone else will come and tell you, okay, so now you're doing this, how about this option? No, you know it already in your mind that you can try this different thing. You can escape this hierarchy. You do not need to be catering to the same structure, okay? You can make your own structure, because this is your life, it is your choosing, it's your making, it's your abundance, okay? So the people who already know what you have to do, what you want to do, just go for it. It's clear cut, okay? Obviously stay alert. The moment you make the choice, stay alert and make smart decisions. Always consult your intuition before you make any moves, because your intuition is never wrong. Ask for help from the universe if you ever need to, and without a doubt you will always be making the correct choices for your life. Okay, there is so much luck that is on this side. There's just always prosperity with this, and it is absolutely of your choosing. The way that you can most perfectly use your intuition is by staying in balance within yourself, okay? Stay in harmony. Don't take actions out of insecurity or rebellion, basically, okay? Because it's very easy to go from this state to an, unnecessary rebel form, okay? You don't need to do that, because you can simply say no, thank you, bye. You don't need to fight back. Choose your battles, basically, okay? Because everything that you think, that you do, that you say is being witnessed. It's all being logged, basically, in your vortex of energy. It is this choice. When you make this choice, it will mark the end of something, of the life that you know it as now, which you are not happy with completely. You will be leaving that behind. That does not mean you will leave behind everything that is nice. That never means that. The things that are not in alignment with your happiness, the things that do not make you happy, the people that do not make you happy, they will be left behind, because you don't need that, right? That's what it means. So you don't need to freak out about losing the important things of life. You won't lose them. Okay, let's see more how you can share these gifts with people. Okay, we have the 4th house, so I'm guessing you're not looking to share this with people yet. Like I was feeling before, it's more about yourself, private self, home life, and childhood. So kind of, perhaps for some of you, you knew what you wanted to be since you were a child, and you kind of got sidetracked by the world's standards of career and success, or a good life. So you kind of changed definitions, but now you're coming back to realizing that I had it right in the first place. Okay, so you will be going back to your childhood hopes and desires, but mainly, yeah, you will be making this for yourself. You want to feel happy with this. So I'm not really sure how that would pan out, how that would manifest for your life, but either way, it is something that makes you feel at home, makes you feel safe. It gives your family security and makes you feel secure by yourself. We have the 9 of Swords, 8 of Wands. Awesome. Okay, this is both of them together mean that you change your mind instantly. Like, you don't expect it to come. So it's kind of like you keep mulling over this idea. Should I not? Should I not? And then one fine day you're just like, okay, fuck it, I'm doing this. Okay. Oh, and we have the 9 of Cups, and instantly you will kind of burst forth with this creative imagination, with this horde of ideas which kind of make you feel so prosperous and fulfilled by yourself, okay? And this change of mind kind of instantly clicks with the universe and kind of pours all of this idea of how you can create your abundance, how you can make yourself independent, and so much amazing. And we have the 3 of Pentacles. So perhaps you work with some of your family members. It can even be some family business which you have some ideas of how you can carry forward with it, and how you can make it your own and add a little bit of a spin to the same things. So your family will be with you, and they will be able to work with you. And even if it's some small business of your own, where you are like involved in some product or something, I don't know, it's up to you, or like a startup or something, right? In that case as well, you will be meeting people who will be really close to, or you already know of these people. Okay, it looks like you already know them. You want to keep it in the home sort of vibe, at least for the beginning part. So some of your family members may help you out with like setting it up, with getting people and things like that. You will work together, basically. You will share ideas with them, and it is all just going to click. Okay, it's not going to take a long time before you making the choice and you getting the abundance. Okay, so there's not much time gap in between. 8 of Wands is like super fast, there's no doubt about that. So all you really need to do is kind of decide, like, for sure. Okay, and I know that takes a bit of time and a bit of courage, and yeah, but the thing is, you already have it and you already know it. So it's just a matter of time, and one fine day you're just going to be like, I just cannot be the same old anymore. I have to move away. Some of you may have had an epiphany, a small awakening, something of that sort in the recent past, which has kind of made the fake things more intolerable, and it just does not fit in your life anymore, and you know it. Yeah. How can you be more authentic with yourself? Oh, we have the first house. Again, it's all about you. It's kind of, you're working on yourself basically. How do you feel happy? What do you like doing? And exploring your individuality with the midheaven, career goals, and public life. So how do you make a career out of your individuality? So who are you as a person? Because if you yourself are the brand, if you are the career, then what would that mean for you, right? What are your goals? What is your happiness? What is your joy? What do you strive for, right? These are the many things that you would have to ask yourself. So I suppose this time of, quarantining, etc., would have been quite helpful for you to kind of go into this hermit mode and introspect as to who you are and what you represent, right? We have the Fool, so you have to let go of certain things. What do you need to let go? We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so again, I feel like you kind of have to let go of that traditional way of working on your career or your job, because it's not your cup of tea. You're not very interested in that. You can start your own, something small over here. Like with the Three of Pentacles, but at the same, like if you're in that point where you kind of like, should I just join that corporate job, or should I do what I like to do? If you're in that point, then it's kind of like let go of the traditional way of working, because Knight of Pentacles is very 9 to 5. It's very like, I am given some goals and I have some goals, so I'm going to achieve them slowly, steadily, doing regular amounts of work every single day, that kind of thing. Okay, very slow and steady. But with the Fool, that completely changes that meaning, right? So what should you be doing is the Ace of Cups. Oh my god. Okay, the Empress. Okay, this whole reading has been like, I don't have to try. And the Knight of Wands. Do something that you're passionate about, okay? Do something creative, something that comes straight from your heart. Nowhere else. Coming straight from your heart, okay? Just, it's so good. It's so, you can visually see the difference, right? We have Pentacles here, which is like working in tangible and assets and possessions and value, like money and things like that. And here it's all like bursting with color, and you have hearts and love, and you take care of yourself, you love yourself, and you give others that creativity, and you use that motivation that you have internally, that inspiration that comes straight from your heart, straight from your soul, and use that to create something, create your own world, your own creation, okay? Make something, and this project that you start, this thing that you make, that's your baby, okay? This is something that is completely like lights you on fire, and you just like quick on the ideas, you're spontaneous, and you're feeling good, and you don't have to be stuck in the same way of working. That's the thing. Like, you can be more flexible with this idea that you have. You can try something different every day, and it's not the same old at all. That's what is very refreshing. It's very refreshing and very clean. I didn't even have to explain so much, and I feel like I have conveyed so many things already, right? Crazy. Seriously, like, live your passion. Like, end of story. Live your passion. Do your thing. You don't need to worry about what others have to say. I don't think you do. But if you ever feel like a lack of confidence that maybe you cannot, and that it'll be too tough, and you don't have support, or blah blah, you don't need to be worried about that at all, because, well, literally this whole thing is universal. The Fool kind of jumps into the unknown with the faith that the universe is going to catch the Fool, okay? That the Fool does not need to worry at all. It's just so casually, just, yeah, whatever, I'll jump in. And she doesn't know if there is a blanket over here or something. It's just, it's unknown. I don't know. I'll just jump in, right? Let's see. not afraid of anything. And even here it's strength, like don't be afraid. There is no fear of him. Amazing. Let's see your colors. You have blues, greens. So I think most people got blues and greens a lot. Yeah, so that is kind of leading with your heart and speaking your truth. Okay? Don't be afraid of stating your truth at all. We have some reds, which is about passion and taking action, right? There are like hints of red with the blues and the greens. So that is very like you kind of are living your what you are passionate about is what your heart is passionate about, and you want to speak up on it. You want to do something with that passion. Okay, it's very action oriented. Okay, let's take a look at your numbers. So we have 6 here, 6 and 6. So there are 3 6s. Yeah, 3 6s. So that is a number of abundance, of love and optimism, of healing. And it's like if you've been going through a lot recently, then it's kind of a message of restoration and peace for a while. You are loved and supported, so do not be worried about that. Be mindful of your connection with others. It's a number of compassion, okay? But in this case, it's kind of like within yourself. Be more compassionate within yourself. Yeah, and also with others, like you don't need to like say exactly what you're going to do, right? It's not their life, and if they're not going to understand, then fine, it's their thing. They don't understand, it's okay. So you don't need to, the same thing as choose your battles, basically. And as a prophecy, your professional and personal relationships will improve. Okay, that's awesome. Now, what else do we have? We have 9 here, 9 here, 2 9s, 3 and 4 9s. 4 9s, okay, that's urgent. Let's see. Yes, so 9s are the number of humanitarians. So you need to focus on the positive, generous thoughts. Positive outcomes and conclusions are coming through. These are the conclusions you've been waiting for. Your life is one of service to yourself, to your community, to your family, and your world in general, okay? You are not able to express your inner voice, and it is time to kind of reconnect with your soul to find it again. Okay, this is your soul call guided by the universe. We have aces. We have ace 1, so 3 1s. 1 is about new initiation, inspiration, beginning, and a lot of potential. So the first step to knowing that we're more than a body, we're completely supported, and it is like the first calling to kind of train for the greater good. Okay, 1s are really positive and they raise your vibrations. It's kind of like internal you is shouting. It's like wanting to burst out. It's wanting to be expressed. It's wanting to just make the entire world its canvas, and it is just kind of begging you to take some action towards it. Okay, so if you've been looking for encouragement, then here it is. What else do we have? We have 3 and 3. So 3s, you can start manifesting now. You will get guidance on how to move forward. Forgive the people who have not been on your side. Just give love and acceptance to the people who cannot understand, and be grateful for the people you have who do understand, for the resources that you have, for the things in your life that make you feel good, for reaching this point of recognizing your abundance, okay? And bring forward your creative imagination. Just do not hold back, okay? Recognize your true value and power. You're so powerful. You have the capacity to make a change, to make a noticeable change, and that too very quickly. So move whenever you want. Move whenever you feel ready, and your perfect life is waiting on the other side. Okay, that's very nice, very encouraging. Let's see your oracle cards now. These are some affirmations you can repeat. some messages that will encourage you when you feel low. And yeah, you can do with them what you please. You can keep repeating them as an affirmation and things like that. Okay, so the first one we have is through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. So yes, whenever you feel low, you can call this onto your mind and you just have to like pray a little bit. Or if you pray or meditate, sit quietly with yourself, with your thoughts a little bit, and kind of restore the peace within you. Okay, because it looks like you as a person, as a personality, are your world first and foremost, and then your family, and then your friends, and you have kind of a list of who is a priority for you people wise. Okay, and even with actions, with the places that you visit, as in the colleagues, for example, or like the masses and the activities you get involved with and things like that. Okay, so the first place that you start with is yourself, and through meditating you kind of create a ripple effect. First coming from you become peaceful, then your emotional body is peaceful, then your mental body is peaceful, then your spiritual state is peaceful, and the people around you can sense that you are peaceful and they become more peaceful, right? So it's a whole effect. I am unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. So yes, that is for every time you feel that you cannot make it, possibly, or that you cannot do your own thing, or you cannot escape this stuck life. This is what you call to mind. And the final one we have attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. Yeah. Well, everyone has their own idea, right? Everyone has grown up in a different way and they have a reason for being how they are. So we don't need to hate anyone. We don't need to judge anyone. It's just... they just need to be understood. They just need to be helped, basically. So through your experiences, also with the Nine of Swords and Eight of Wands, it's like you want to take action on anything that makes you sad, anything that makes you anxious and incompetent in any way. And by doing that, you are also helping other people around you recognize that you can do something about your situation. You can be the change that you want to see, right? So this is kind of like that. When you are able to deal with your attacks, your pains, your fears, again, as a ripple effect, it kind of propagates into the outer world as well. Because you're not living here alone. You're not independent of energetic interactions. Really beautiful. And we have a lot of purple here, a bit of purple there. So purple is all about the crown chakra, that is like thinking higher thoughts, getting higher wisdom. So even with the numbers, we saw that you are receiving the guidance. You have the guidance that you're looking for, right? So you can call these to mind. I think I have given you enough information now. So I will take your leave. I hope this resonated and helped you out. If it did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear from you. If you would like a personal detailed reading, you can reach me on my Instagram account. It is linked in the description box. And of course, if you're interested in more spiritual thoughts and ideas, then you can visit my website called Eternal Living. There's quite a few articles and some personal stories as well. That is if you're interested. But until next time, I will see you. Bye and take care.